Good morning, students. I am Renu Rai, once again with you with the same topic nutrition in plants. Today we are going to discuss about the another type of heterotrophic mode of nutrition, which is symbiosis or symbiotic relationship. What does actually symbiosis means? What do you understand by this name? Symbiosis is the process in which two organisms living together and they benefited each other. It is a relationship between two different living or things living close to one another and depending on each other, benefiting from each other in particular ways. Like this is a relationship in between both of the organism live together, they benefit to each other, there is a mutual understanding so that they can mutually benefit each other. That is called symbiosis or symbiotic relationship. So that is the combination of two living organisms. Here, let us try and understand with another example. Like you have seen, might be have seen that crow on the back of buffalo. What do you think when you see that? It is not like usually it sits on the back of buffalo. No, there is reason why crow sit on the buffalo's back. There is a reason behind it. That is, what is that? I am telling you. Like in the body of buffalo, there is small insects. They live in their body, and they might make the buffalo's body untidy, and also it gives pain to the buffalo. But buffalo cannot remove that insects by their own. So they depend on another, someone else, so that they can remove their insects. So what happens? Crow usually sit on the back of buffalo and they start eating insects. So that insect is actually food for the crow. So crow get food, and what buffalo get? The buffalo, they get relief from the pain and their body becomes clean. It is no more untidy. So that is the relationship. Both of them mutually benefit each other. No one harms each other like parasites. That insect is parasite on the body of buffalo. They harm, but the crow, it is a symbiotic relationship. The crow will not harm the buffalo. So here another example is a very common example called lichen. It is a combination of algae and fungi. So what both of them do? They are a kind of plant. So algae is a green plant. So they prepares food for the themselves and also for others. But what is that? Algae do not have true roots. So they need support to settle down somewhere. So fungus is a non-green plants. They cannot prepare food, but they have true roots, and that roots help that fungus help algae to support them, and that is how fungus provide water and minerals as well as shelter to the algae, and with the help of the shelter and water and minerals, the algae which have chlorophyll, they prepare food, and the algae provide food to fungi, and fungi provide shelter and minerals and water to the algae. And here there is a mutual understanding between them, both of them, and that is how they survive. That is symbiotic relationship. I will show you the diagram of a picture of certain um, symbiotic relationship. Here on screen you can see that this is a type of lichen. It is the type of lichen. This you can see, this is lichen, and this will grow somewhere like wherever they get the moist places. Okay, the next scene I will see you like the another picture I will show you. I am showing you that is again a lichen, example of lichen. So this is about symbiotic relationship. Okay, so now the next topic is about how can we replenish soil with nutrients. How can we replenish soil with nutrients? Means कि how can we enrich the soil with different kinds of nutrients? So now I was talking about how can we replenish soil with nutrients. Means कि by growing crops again and again in the same field, it may deficient the soil with different kinds of nutrients. So for that, because if nutrition is deficient in the soil and we want to grow again the crop in the same field, what happens? The crop will not grow properly. It will not healthy. So to grow healthy crops and in a large amount or a better yield, so we have to always remember that we must have to enrich the soil with different kinds of nutrients. So how we will do that? What are the steps through which we can do the uh, nutrients rich in soil? So there is the one first is by adding manures, that is cow dung or somewhere compost also. It is compost. It is not written here, but okay. So adding manure, like example cow dung. Cow dung is also a very good manure, and compost which we prepare with the help of dead and decaying organic matters. That compost also helps in uh, giving you different kinds of nutrients to the soil, because these manures have different types of nutrients present in it. Second option or second thing is by adding fertilizers like urea, NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. These are chemical substances. Fertilizers are chemical substances, and these fertilizers are rich in a single kind of nutrients. Like किसी में न्यूट्रिशन में नाइट्रोजन होगा, सम इज रिच इन फास्फोरस, सम इज रिच इन पोटेशियम. So by adding fertilizers also we can enrich the soil with nutrients. Then other one is by crop rotation. So we can grow some kind of leguminous plant which gives them different kinds of nutrition to the soil. So we should always remember, do not grow one type of crop in the same field. Always rotate the means. If you grow rice crop in the same field, next time we will grow wheat plant, paddy plant, so that nutrition is remain same or remain present in the soil. And the last one is by rhizobium bacteria. Rhizobium bacteria means here some bacteria which is nitrogen fixing bacteria. We can add nitrogen fixing bacteria, a kind of plant, so that it will fix the nitrogen. That means कि we know that for preparation of protein, plants require nitrogen, but they cannot absorb gaseous nitrogen which is present abundantly in the nature. So what they will do, what happens with that nitrogen? How will the plants get this nitrogen? So there is some kind of nitrogen fixing bacteria like rhizobium bacteria, blue green algae. This kind of bacteria, what they do, they will fix the gas. That means they convert the gaseous nitrogen into the soluble form, and that is how it is taken up by the root and it will transport it to the plants, different parts of the plants. So that is how we can replenish soil with different kinds of nutrients. Now, the last topic of this chapter is about cell. The cell, what is cell actually? How can we say, and what is we can say? So, cell is, it is the smallest structural, functional and fundamental unit of any living organisms. That means it is the basic structure that all of human being, animals, microorganism, entire living world, they are made up of with the cell. So we have millions and trillions of cells in our body, and what is the specific feature of that cell? I'm going to show you with next slide. But what is actually cell? What perform that cell? Cell actually perform all kind of activities in our body. where there is respiration, where there is a circulation. So it is about the basic structure. So there is two types of cell, plant cell and animal cell. Now I am going to show you plant and animal cell. In this you can see on my screen that there is plant and animal cell. This cell is plant cell. Okay, I will show you. We can say this plant cell is rectangular in shape. Why it is rectangular in shape? Because it has the outermost part, that is called cell wall, which is very rigid. So basically I want to tell you about the plant cell. So this is the structure of a plant cell. You can see the outermost. This outermost part is called cell wall. And this inner part is called cell membrane, and you can see light lemon color inside the plasma membrane. This whole part is known as cytoplasm. Okay, this whole part is like cytoplasm. And this green color, you can see this green color, this is chloroplast. And in that chloroplast, chlorophyll is present, that helps to prepare food in the plant. This is nucleus, and this is nucleus which helps in various functions. It is the master of the cell. Like, okay, now this portion you see this is called vacuole. Inside the vacuole there is food, there is water, there is minerals, there is waste products of the plants stored in this vacuole. Okay, and these small tiny structure, these are called ribosomes, which is the other cell organelle in the plant cell. And this is like, let me show you, this is mitochondria, which is called powerhouse of the cell. So basic features of a plant cell, plant and animal cell, both of them having basic and specific features. And this is about plant cell. Now move to the animal cell. We can see this animal cell. Okay, again I am telling you what are the features present in the animal cell. Animal cell is not very much rigid, it's very soft. So outer layer, this is called plasma membrane, and this entire part, the whole part, that is called cytoplasm, and this part is called nucleus. This is mitochondria, and this small structure, it is called ribosomes. And that is how this is mitochondria, this is ribosome, and chloroplast is not present in animal cell. So that is how we can differentiate between plant cell and animal cell. So now you can see the plant and animal cell. So today's topic is about to end. So I request you all to go through this video and draw the diagram and do the given assignment. Thank you very much.